Hello everyone and welcome to my studio. This is Linda Merchant Pierce and today we are going to be talking about the way objects distort what you can see in pictures. So I have a variety of different objects with me today. I have these silver objects here and we're going to be talking about how the mirror image changes based on the shape of the object that you've got. So I'm going to just hold this close to the camera and you'll start to see that the walls of the room kind of curve around the object. Okay, this changes based on the shape of the object. So here the lid is kind of curved like this, and you can see as I turn this you get different effects. Okay, so if you're doing an object like this, you can have these distortions, and that'll make it look more like the metallic object or whatever that you're the mirror-like object that you're using. So if I'm holding it like this, you can see my hand has suddenly gotten very big around it. Okay, so what I would suggest is go ahead and find something like this around your house and just start playing with it, seeing, do some drawings and try to draw what you see in the mirror surface. Okay. Another thing that you might notice when you're doing objects, for example, if you have a glass of water, the glass will distort whatever object that you put in it. So if you take a look here, if I'm putting a spoon in it, you can see the change that the spoon does. You can see that it'll be a little off center from where the actual spoon is. Okay, so pay attention to those kind of effects. You can see as I put my hand around it, it also distorts my hand around it as well. Okay. One other thing that you might find is if you're doing a white object like this, if you have a strong color next to it, you might see that the color gets reflected off of it. So you can see here that the edge of the cup is looking a little bit more orange. Okay, so you'll notice these kind of effects as you're painting. So today what we're going to be doing is we are going to draw a circle, and you can just trace a circle onto your paper, and then find an object around your house that's kind of spherical like this, some sort of metallic object, and you're just going to attempt to draw the room with this curvature in it. Okay, so I will be demonstrating this in just a minute. All right, let's get to it. All right, so I have gone ahead and just drawn a circle. I know that the object that I'm looking at isn't exactly circular, but because this is just practice, I can kind of invent my lines as I go. So I'm looking at my the teapot back here, and I see that I've got I'm actually pretty much in the middle here, so I'm just gonna put my little face in here. I've got my pad of paper here. Okay, and I'm gonna be drawing pretty lightly for starters, just to get things blocked in. If I look at my easel, okay, I can see the top of the easel, and it comes down and it curves through the scene here. Okay, so I've got that. Okay, I've got my top bar of my easel is up here. Okay, and then I've got this curvature of this part of the easel as well. Okay, so I'm just kind of watching, looking for the curves that I see in the picture here. So I'm going to go ahead and make this curvature here. This here, sitting on the shelf here. And then I've got the table that the teapot is on is actually, starts here and it curves all the way around to about here. So I've got this whole table that comes to there. Okay. I can even see the base of the teapot. So, but because this is just a sphere, we're not going to worry about that. I see the windows off in the distance, and they kind of, here's the top of them here. Okay. And then I've got the surface here. Okay. And you have the windows will curve around like this. So, just look for the corners of your room. So you might have a corner up here, and then the wall behind you might come around here. Okay, so I have my basic layout here. I'm gonna start defining it a little bit more, just so that so that you can see it better. But I've got the back corner of my room is pretty far distant off here in the corner here. So I'm just gonna kind of lay that in. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna go ahead and start laying in what I see. Everything that's close to the object that you're doing will look larger, and everything that's further away will look smaller. Okay, so we've got the table here. And the windows. And everything will have this curvature to it. And again, because the object that I'm using is not exactly spherical, some of these lines I'm just kind of guessing at. If you had something that was more spherical, it would make a lot more, you'd get your lines more accurate. Okay. So everything's going to be curving. Okay. You can really have a lot of fun with this. Get inventive with what room you're looking at and how you do your drawing, what objects you might be using. Okay. All right. So we're getting there. We're almost there. This is the ceiling here. And you'll see a lot of these mirror spheres, mirror balls in a lot of artwork, because it really is a trick that the artists can use to show how proficient, how good they are with doing paintings and renderings and that kind of thing. So this is actually something that you'll see fairly frequently in paintings. Okay. And then you can go ahead and just start laying more stuff in. So with the window, the windows are quite bright, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in some highlights here. I've got a light on the ceiling here, so I'm just going to lay that in. Okay. So I'm just going to sharpen my pencil a minute, and we're just going to do our final rendition of this. And you can add as much detail to this as you'd like. And the more you add, the more accurate it's going to look. So. Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea of how you can use distortion in your work to make it look interesting. Try this with some different objects that you might have around your house and see what you come up with. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next time.